This is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight,
Ijoma Oyato.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, Federal High Court Abuja discharges former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dineji Bankole, on the alleged misuse of 9 billion naira. Central Bank of Nigeria takes major step towards averting bank fraud, launches bank verification number. Former Head of State General Yakubu Gowon gives backing to the National Conference, says it's the right thing to jaw. And 2 people killed after a volcano erupted in Indonesia. And on business news, West African Capital Exchange moves to harmonize markets for seamless trading within the continent.
Sports news, Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho and Arsenal boss Osun engage in mind games as the race for the league title heats up.
I'm Linda Kibe, I'm from Abuja. INEC reads the wiretap to politicians in Plateau State as local government election is scheduled for February the 25th. It's been 3 years of intense legal battle for the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dineji Bankole, but he seems to have gotten off the hook now as the Federal High Court in Abuja discharged him of any complicity in the charge of embezzling 9 billion naira, which was part of the capital votes for the House. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, had brought before the court a 16-count charge of contract inflation and fraudulent embezzlement of public funds. Ruling on the non-case submission filed by Mr. Bankole after the prosecution team had called its witnesses, Justice Ivan Chukwu stated that there was no evidence linking the accused persons to the alleged scam.
That the justice system in this country has once again proved that charges that are trumped up ought not to be brought against public officers. It has always been clear that these charges ought not to have been brought in the first place. They ought not to have been brought under any circumstances, and you all listen to the court today analyzing the evidence that the prosecution produced in support of these offences, and you all heard the court clearly showing that there was no reason whatsoever for these charges to have been laid against.
Well, the Court of Appeal sitting in Lagos today turned down an appeal filed by the former governor of Oyo State, Rashidi Ladoja, asking the court to quash the 4.7 billion naira money laundering charge instituted against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in 2008. The former governor had argued that the proof of evidence placed before the trial court by the EFCC had no nexus with the charge against him and also did not establish any prima facie case against him. He consequently prayed the appellate court to hold that the anti-graft agency has no power, jurisdiction or authority to file any criminal charge against him. In the judgment delivered by Justice C.D. Bagay, the appeal court held that the EFCC had the powers to prosecute the former governor under the Money Laundering Act. The court therefore ordered the former governor to continue his trial at the lower court. Justice Bagay's judgment was unanimously adopted by 2 other justices of the appeal court. In the meantime, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission says despite the sack of the former aviation minister, Ms. Stella Odua, the investigations into the purchase of armored cars by the ministry remain open. The head media and publicity of the EFCC, Mr. Wilson Ujoren, who was speaking on the achievements of the Commission in 2013, told journalists in Abuja that the outcome of the case would soon be made known. He frowned on the slow pace of prosecutions in the judicial system, which has largely stalled the agency's investigation, but the anti-graft body, according to him, is not deterred.
Whether we are going to invite Odua or not, what should interest Nigeria at this point in time is whether EFCC is on that matter or not. And I can tell you that the Commission is on top of that case. We are doing it, we are investigating it, and in due course we will tell you the outcome of that investigation. As regards Abacha loot, that is an old case. I'm sure most of you are aware that a lot of money has been returned to the National Treasury due to the effort of this commission in terms of the money that was stashed outside this country by the former head of state. We have done substantial work on that case and we are proud of what we have done. We have not totally closed the matter. As you know, investigation is not time-bound. If there are issues that comes up again, as far as that matter is concerned, EFCC will still pursue it and then we will inform you about that. We were able to record 117 convictions out of a total of 533 cases that we charged to court. You agree with me that there are challenges in the Nigerian judiciary. Some of you here will recall that there are cases that we charged to court about 7 years ago that have not progressed beyond the plea stage. A number of you that have had experience reporting judiciary know the challenges that we have in the judicial system. Those challenges are still there. I can't start atomizing those challenges one after the other, but you know that if you take a case to court today, applications will start flying all over the place. You will start hearing about injunctions and applications that you have to deal with. We still contend with those challenges. But I'm delighted to also inform you that the reform is also going on in the judiciary. I talked about the crisis directive that is on now. We are hoping that with that directive, some of these challenges that we face will become a thing of the past.
Now, there is huge respect for the elderly in Africa, but this 62-year-old man appears to be a bad influence on the younger generation. Apart from being a fake medical doctor, he was arrested by the Lagos anti-robbery squad for the alleged theft of an automated teller machine, an ATM. He was also arrested alongside 3 others whom the police say jointly carried out operations in Idimu and Ayobo area of Lagos before they were discovered.
Although they claimed to have their various fields of specialization, Isaiah Willie, a pastor, Tajuddin Dosunu, a fake doctor who had worked in the emergency section of the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital for over 15 years.
I followed them to only just 2 operations. One is filling station. They gave me just 10,000 naira. After that one was Ayobo, robbery, Access Bank.
Jonathan Nsane, a popular nightclub musician and the gang's operational welder, delivers stolen money from any automated teller machine to the gang.
But it's good for one to be contented for what he asked. That's what I can tell my congregation.
The first 2, we succeeded. I missed 600,000. That was a very instrument. But the third one, that was the Access Bank. We didn't succeed because policemen came.
One of the suspects demonstrates how he uses gas fire to destroy the ATM machines.
And we started burning. So we can't take like 30 minutes.
The police claimed it recovered 15 rifles from the suspects used to carry out bank robbery across the western zone. The Commissioner of Police, Umar Manko, explains that thorough investigation in the operations is ongoing.
You can see that it's a combination of talents so that their duties or their actions could be perfected. And I think that is what it is informed. I'm happy that all of them are here. And
you have seen that the police in Lagos is working. Investigations are on, and we'll get to that.
With the conclusion of investigation and court proceedings, it is now left in the hands of the judiciary to decide the fate of the accused.
Incredible. Well, are you one of those afraid that you may lose your money to bank fraud? Well, there's something to be happy about, as the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Bankers Committee have launched the second phase of a bank verification number project. The scheme will also strengthen the Know Your Customer initiative of the banking industry. 2 banks have been selected for the pilot, which will run from February the 17th to March the 31st. Our correspondent Harriet Agbeni reports.
With the high occurrence of fraudulent activities, customer confidence in banks' ability to keep their money safe has been shaken, not forgetting the increasing challenge to access funds. But this revolution is going to change that.
We believe that with this project, some of our bank customers and citizens that are the lower strata of the consumption ladder for banking services will be able to access banking services, particularly credit facilities.
So what are the benefits?
If you come with a card, you have normally so many cards and you need to remember so many PIN numbers and passwords. With this at the ATM, just put the finger and you don't need to remember any password or any PIN numbers in future anymore.
It is designed and foreseen to prevent and combat identity theft, fraud, money laundering, terrorist financing, and many other financial crimes.
With the end of his tenure less than 5 months away, CBN Governor Sanusi Lamido Sanusi gives his assurance.
I've spent the last 6 months to 1 year trying to institutionalize these things. I've always known I would have only one term. I've always wanted one term. So it's always, everything we've done with the view to bring in the entire institution and having their buy-in. This is going to continue.
The Bank Verification Number Initiative is ready to go.
As soon as the bank gets the equipment, we expect the branch to start registering all customers.
And then the formal launch. Well, now that the Central Bank of Nigeria governor has actually done his own registration, let's see how it works.
You can go to any bank branch where you are and show them this and put your finger and they'll verify you and you can begin transaction.
It's something akin to an innovative way of ensuring that your bank account is protected, and of course the banks have promised that they will ensure that customers get the best of services. I'm Harriet Agbeni, reporting for Channels Television News.